him, and just the idea popped up. He said, "Hey, how about you hit up your manager, see if anybody falls out this weekend, you can take it." Sent my manager the text. He's like, "Sean, just hit me up saying you need somebody." I'm like, "Dude, I want it." And so that's how we got here. That was Tuesday morning. So I'm just glad my coach put that idea in the air, and I'm just glad I was able to capitalize on the ultimate opportunity.
That's wild. So just fortunate timing, basically.
Yes, sir. Like I said, go
So what made you? What do you know? What made you think like we're ready for a fight right now? Like, do you know why he thought that was the case?
We're always ready. Like, so I'm not one of those fighters who like take time off and shit like that. Like, I'm always in the gym, you know. So we believe don't have to get ready if you stay ready. You know what I mean? So we're always ready. So like I said, this is just ultimate opportunity. I'm just glad we can take it.
Very nice. With that said, I don't want to be the negative guy, but I mean, job could be on the line, right? So I mean, are there any concerns like, hey man, if we're going to do this, we got to get a win. We need to game plan. We need to prep for an opponent. I mean, was there any of that kind of discussion?
No, it was like, so it kind of was like, we know my job's on the line right now. Like I said, I'm 0-2 in UFC, but it's just one of those go out there and get it done. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that I just want to go and do. You know what I mean? The more I think about it, the more it weighs on me, if that makes sense. That's why I like the short notice. I can just get in, get out, and just go.
Nice. What do you think about Nicholas's opponent? Have you had time to really break him down at all or anything?
Nah, man. Like as soon as I took the fight, no, I haven't had time to look him up. My coach and my teammate have. I don't really like looking at my opponents. You know what I mean? I like to leave the surprise for in the fight. You know what I mean? But I know they've put into our training, and not even just the training, but the way we talk to each other and stuff like that is how we're preparing for them. So I'm just ready for anything. I'm just ready to step in there and just get the job done.
Is that a situation where you don't really like to watch tape because you don't want to focus too much on what they're doing? Is that kind of the situation?
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like watching an opponent. Like, I evolve every fight. You know what I mean? If you watch my first fight in UFC to my last fight to this one you want to see the Saturday, I've evolved. You know what I mean? So if you're watching my first fight or my second fight expecting me to do the same thing, you're sadly mistaken.
Nice. So when you said, hey, I'm ready for a fight, do they call you back and say, this is the guy, are you with it? Or do you just like, we've already got a fight for you, this is the guy? I mean, was there any consideration as to who the fight was with?
Nah, like, well, it was just they need a guy, and so when they told me they needed it, I was like, I don't care who it is, put me in. That's what it was. So I didn't know the guy's name. I never really care. I just want to go out there and do.
Very nice. What's the goal here then? I mean, you're coming in on short notice. I mean, is it just like, hey, we got to get a win at all costs because we're trying to protect our position on the roster? Or is it like, let's just go be exciting and see what happens? What's the goal here?
The game plan is for the finish. You know what I mean? A finish always establishes a comeback, if that makes sense. So I'm not. My only thought is to get a finish. Go out there, have fun, and get a finish. That's what I'm thinking about.
Nice. And last thing for me, I mean, do you feel like you're fighting with your back against the wall, or is it just? I mean, you've had great fights, so maybe it's like, well, he's exciting and he did step up on short notice, so we're gonna let him go anyway. I mean.
No, I do believe my back's against the wall, and I kind of like it this way, especially even short notice. I feel like everything's against me. You know what I mean? Pressure makes diamonds, or it breaks you, and I believe it's gonna make me a diamond.
Hey, Jared.
How's it going, bro?
Good. I know that you had some work with Phil Rowe in the past, but you're fighting on the same card as him. How does that make you feel?
I feel great because when me and Phil both got signed with the UFC after he won Contender and I got signed, we were supposed to fight on the same card last year. It was August 22nd, and sadly he had to pull out because of injury, and then I had to pull out because of injury. But like, I just feel like it's destined. You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to be on the same card together. We're both going to be on the same card this Saturday. We're both going to get wins together this Saturday. So I just feel like it's destined. And I can't wait to go out there and do it.
And they put you on the main card on ESPN. I mean, how's that feel?
It's awesome. You know what I mean? I'm not too focused on it. I'm just focused on getting the job done. You know what I mean? I'm going in there. I'm going to fight my ass off, and keep my job.
Do you find it, your first two fights, but do you find it frustrating that you haven't been able to show the UFC fans like your finishing style? I mean, like you sleep guys and you put them out, but you haven't been able to show that. Do you find that frustrating?
I don't want to say frustrating. Like, if I'm frustrated with anything, it's me. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I have to do it, if that makes sense. But I don't want to say frustrated. It's just I've been learning a new skill, and when I joined the UFC, I was learning new skills and to better myself. So really, it's just I'm gonna go out there. I'm just gonna show y'all what I've been working on. This was what's gonna happen.
And finally, for me, where did Night Train come from?
Seriously, it came from my uncle. My uncle used to draw for Marvel and like make comics for them. And so I'll never forget, I won the Georgia amateur title, and my uncle was there with us. And my mom asked him, "What would you name him?" Because my nickname back then was My Bad. And he was like, he looked at me for a good minute, and he's like, "Night Train." And I'm like, "Why Night Train?" He's like, "Because you're always moving forward like a train in the fight, and you're dark as fuck." I'm like, "God damn it, man." This motherfucker.
Well, it's fantastic.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Bet. Hit you with my slogan, choo-choo, motherfuckers. Have a great day.